Good morning, lovers. Gorgeous to be with you. Happy International Women's Day. And welcome to today's Cuppa with Katie. Alrighty. I think we're live. I think we're good. So today, we're being on International Women's Day. We're being called to challenge, right? We're being asked to choose to challenge. And I quite like it. Quite like the invitation. What I see consistently in my own life and what I'm seeing consistently in the lives of all of the women that I coach at the School of Self-Love is hi, Emma, darling. Nice to have you. As you're joining, I can see a few of you joining. Maybe I should hold back for a second and let you join. Hi, Lindy. Oh, happy International Women's Day. Can you feel the feminine energy in the air today? I really can. And as I say that, the tears are in my eyes. It's a beautiful day. And I think the tears are in my eyes because of what I want to talk to you about today. And it's this piece about really fully loving ourselves as women, because we are different to men. Men are brilliant. Men have their place. When I speak to our inner masculine and feminine energy and the masculine and the feminine, I would never, ever make the masculine wrong or less than. Absolutely not. They are both absolutely equal and important. It's about bringing our empowered feminine and our empowered masculine forward. Hi, Ruth, darling. Hello, darling Charlotte. And it's International Women's Day. So I want to focus on what it feels like to be a woman and what I notice in my own life and what my clients are noticing and I witness in them is something that we struggle with, which is accepting our full range of emotions. And my emotion is really high right now. Like I feel very soft. Hi, Sarah. I feel very soft right now. I feel incredibly vulnerable right now in a like a good way. Not vulnerable because I'm here live, vulnerable because I am very alive at the moment to my own emotional range. And it's the time of the month for me where, there's a few days every month leading into my period, which like I don't even really know when it's coming anymore because I'm in perimenopause, but my emotions tell me it's on its way. Where I am, I'm delicate and I need to be really gentle with myself and kind with myself. And finally, now in my I guess you could say late 40s now, I've reached that point. I'm finally really, really, really beginning, and I would say beginning because I think it's still a work in progress, to give myself permission to have my full range of emotions, to allow my softness to come through, to not have to understand every element of what I'm feeling, to not analyze it, to not figure it out, for it to not have to make sense. This is what it is to be a woman. To be a woman is to feel. To be a woman is to feel. And time again in my own life and in the lives of the women that I'm working with, we do not give ourselves permission to stop and feel. And this is what I'm challenging today. I'm challenging you to remember that being a woman is about feeling and experiencing an absolutely enormous and vast range of emotion. And it doesn't need to make sense. I keep bursting into tears. Not for any reason. My analytical masculine mind, God love it, wants to understand. But there's no reason. And actually what helps me the most and allows me to move through the emotion when it comes is to place the attention of love onto it. To just place a loving gaze onto it. To place a loving embrace onto it. In fact, this morning, while I was scrubbing mud off my boots after my dog walk and feeling miserable, my husband came in and he just stood next to me. He just stood there. Without me saying anything else, can you understand what I'm trying to say? As a woman, are you feeling me right now? The power of that a man would just stand next to me and hold loving presence. For my emotion. No questioning it. No analyzing it. No judging it. It's just emotion. And it's beautiful. And he just held space. And he asked me if I was okay. And the tears flowed. And I continued scrubbing the mud off my boots. Ever practical. And I said, I don't have words. I'm just feeling. And he just looked at me. He put an arm around me while I continued scrubbing the mud off my boots. He wiped the tears from my eyes and the snot that was coming out my nose. And he just held space. And his gaze was so powerful. His presence was so powerful. He didn't need to do anything. He didn't need to fix anything. So as the masculine, I needed his strength, and I needed to feel and receive his love. That was all I needed. And my own inner masculine, when I'm feeling like that, when I'm feeling vulnerable, when I'm feeling delicate, when I'm feeling hormonal, when I'm feeling full of rage, whatever it is, my inner masculine is invited to not judge, to not analyze, to not figure it out, to just hold loving space, loving presence, a loving gaze, to allow my feminine to just move through what she needs to move through. And as I do that, I move through it way faster, and my experience of my relationship with myself deepens, and it's so beautiful. This has been my journey just this morning. This is an ongoing daily journey, you know, the way I relate with my emotions. And today, this has been my journey, and I can show up on this call really connected to how I'm feeling, out of judgment, without judgment. Because this is what it is to be a woman. And somebody who really helped me to connect in with this was a teacher by the name of David Deida. You may have seen him. Emma, hi. Sarah's saying, yes, sister, I'm feeling you. Yeah, right? Yeah. So this is a book. This is like a well-thumbed red book. I've read it multiple times. My husband James has read it multiple times. It's highlighted all through. Anyway, this is called The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. And it says, a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. This book was written for men to help them understand women. It's so beautifully written. And there's a chapter, well, look, I could basically sit here and read the whole book to you, because I think the entire body of work is profound. But I'm going to read you 2 pages and then a paragraph from another page. Because when I read these pages, it completely changed my perception of what it means to be a woman, what it means to feel your feelings. It helped me so much to stop judging myself And it helped me so much to allow myself to be fully seen and vulnerable with a man. So much. I could stop pretending. I could stop putting on a smile and keeping up appearances and pretending like I was okay and saying I'm fine, or getting angry because I felt misunderstood. It was like I could just be with my emotional range. And it's not always easy, but these words are always in the back of my mind, and I want to share them with you today as my gift to you on International Women's Day. So this happens to be chapter 19 and in this book that's page 66, and it's entitled Don't Analyze Your Woman. So remember, this is theoretically written for a man to understand his woman. I promise you, if you're like, let me share this with you now and share it with your man, share it with the men in your life, and receive this as a woman who's desiring to understand herself even more. There's power in this. Okay, so it says, the feminine's moods and opinions are like weather patterns. They are constantly changing, severe and gentle, and they have no single source. No analysis will work. There is no linear chain of cause and effect that can lead to the kernel of the problem. There is no problem, only a storm, a breeze, a sudden change in weather. And the basis of these storms are the high and low pressure systems of love. When a woman feels love flowing deeply, her mood can instantly evaporate into joy, regardless of the supposed reason for the mood. I just want to read that last sentence again. When a woman feels love flowing deeply, her mood can instantly evaporate into joy, regardless of the supposed reason for the mood. And that's what I meant before when I said we need to bring love's gaze, love's presence, and the mood just can lift. Love disintegrates the darkness. Love shines a light on it and it just evaporates. It's so powerful. And I experienced that this morning. And I experience it again and again and again. Okay, so into the chapter. As a man, you probably want to find the cause for the problems in your life. That way you can eliminate the source of the problem. By getting to its root, you can solve the problem, hopefully once and for all. And so when your woman seems to have an emotional problem, you want to know why. You want to know what's upsetting her. You assume there is a specific cause. You want to know what triggered her bad mood so you can fix the situation. Now, as you're listening to this, while we're talking about a man observing his woman, remember you can shift this into your own inner masculine observing your own inner feminine. Okay, it's a really nice way to look at it. Because you love her, you begin asking her questions to get to the root of the problem. What's wrong? Did I do something to upset you? What are you crying about? Are you about to start your period? Did somebody say something horrible to you? You're under the illusion that when you find out the cause of her affliction, then the cure will easily follow. But it doesn't work that way. Your questioning is probably making her mood worse. The amazing thing is this: 90% of a woman's emotional problems stem from feeling unloved. So don't stand back and analyze her like a doctor diagnosing a patient or like a therapist questioning a client. Give her your love, the same love that's motivating your questioning, immediately and unmistakably. Walk over to her, look deeply into her eyes, hold her and stroke her, tell her how much you love her, smile, hum her favorite song, and dance with her. And chances are, her emotional problem will evaporate. She may still have some situation to deal with, and you may be able to help her with that, but the emotional aspect will be converted to love. And just to go back to the beginning of that paragraph where it said 90% of a woman's emotional problems stem from feeling unloved. This is the piece. This is where self-love is key. When we're having these emotional winds of change, when a storm comes through, when our weather pattern of emotion shifts, the answer is self-love. Can you feel that? The answer is self-love. Don't judge it. Don't try to figure it out. Love your way through it. It is a very rare occasion when your analysis of her mood relieves her of it. Most often, your analysis and attempts to fix her will just piss her off more. Ask her if she would rather you gave her love or analyzed her when she's upset. Can we get some high fives on that, please? It's so easy to give her love. It's what both of you really want anyway. But as a man, you're more likely to try to fix her. That's exactly not what she wants, and exactly what will make the situation worse most of the time. And we do this to ourselves, ladies. Our inner masculine makes it worse for us. The next time your woman is in a bad mood, try this. Assume she's not feeling loved. Simply assume it, even if it seems that it can't be that simple, that there must be some underlying reason for her upsetness, a reason that you could fix. Assume that she is more like a flower that needs watering than an engine that needs a carburetor adjustment. Don't assume anything is wrong at all. Assume that she wants love from you in a deep, strong, steady, and sensitive way. Thanks for the high fives. Look into her eyes with love. Touch her how she likes to be touched with love. And speak or sing to her with love. Discover what happens to her mood. Then, after her mood has been dissolved by your loving and she is happy and relaxed, you can talk about anything that still needs to be talked about. So you still get to help. If there's something that needs fixing or sorting out, that comes, but not when she's deep in the emotion. You hold space for the emotion. Yeah, the how comes later. The fixing, if there is anything to be fixed, comes later. If you ever find yourself asking your woman questions about her mood while she's still in it, you are already on the wrong road. First, give her love through your eyes, touch, movement, and tone of voice. Then, and only then, after the connection of love has been made, find out what remains to be talked about. Isn't that so beautiful? And then I just want to share from the next chapter just a couple of extra lines, which when I read this for the first time, it was like, hallelujah. It's good to be a woman, and it's great to understand my emotions more. So it says, like the ocean, the native state of the feminine is to flow with great power and no single direction. The masculine builds canals, dams, and boats to unite with the power of the feminine ocean and go from point A to point B. But the feminine moves in many directions at once. Like a ship cutting through a vast ocean, the masculine decides on a course and navigates the direction. The feminine energy itself is undirected but immense, like the wind and deep currents of the ocean, ever-changing, beautiful, destructive, and the source of life. A happy woman is a woman relaxed in her body and heart. Powerful, unpredictable, deep, potentially wild and destructive, or calm and serene, but always full of life, surrendered to and moved by the great force of her oceanic heart. And breathe that in, the great force of her oceanic heart. And suddenly, with that awareness and understanding, doesn't it make you feel more proud to be a woman? To have the capacity for an emotional range like that? Emma says, I'm downloading this book now. Yeah, right. Yep, high fives to you, Sarah. Right? Yeah, this stuff is game changing. And today on International Women's Day, I am challenging you to remember that the power of being a woman is in full loving acceptance of your whole range of emotions. They are beautiful. Can you even see on this call, like I'm realizing it as I'm speaking to you, that I've just been through a range of emotions myself, and it's okay. It was safe to do it. There's no judgment. If anything, my vulnerability and my I suppose we could call it bravery at just showing up and being me and feeling my feelings actually created an intimacy between us. Yeah, because you feel the truth of me. There's intimacy. That vulnerability creates intimacy. And that's how we want to relate as human beings, is it not? Heart to heart, the realness of that. And as women, with our emotional range, we have a capacity and an ability to be able to connect so deeply, so powerfully with each other, with men, if we could just allow ourselves to be fully seen in our full range of emotions. Sarah said their sales are going to triple in just these few minutes. I know, right? Yeah, and that's great and good for him. He deserves it. He's a very talented man and very aware, very self-aware man, and he gets women. So my darlings, on International Women's Day, I'm sending you all of my love. I invite you to receive yourself even more deeply today, and I will see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye.